So here's the second video of section 1.4, and although the first video had something on angle bisectors, we're going to go more in depth with it today, kind of cover it really so that we have a good grasp of what's going on. So an angle bisector is a ray that divides an angle into two congruent angles. Alright, and when we go to draw this, let me get the arrows. Got an angle right here. Let's go ahead and name it. Let's do ABC again. And we're going to try splitting that angle exactly in half. Alright, now obviously when you're drawing it, you're estimating. We're not going to bust out our protractor and measure it. I'm just going to give it kind of a guess that looks like it's in the middle. We need another point on this. We can't just have point B. Oh, I said B and I drew B. Let's do point D. So ray BD is bisecting. Now, anytime it's congruent, you want to mark that it's congruent on the picture. So we put a curve like that. Okay. I try to get them to not overlap so that way we know they're two separate marks. There we go. So, which ray is the angle bisector? It's always going to be the one in the middle. All right. Remember, when you're naming rays, the arrow is important. It's got to be by N. Given the angle bisector, what can I conclude? Well, the marks are already here. The marks are telling you that they're congruent. We want to write a congruency statement. Angle MPN is congruent to angle NPR. Alright, anytime it says what can I conclude, we want to write a statement like this saying what's congruent to what's bigger than something, and so on. So example 2, QP and QR are opposite rays. All that tells you is that this line right here is a straight line. That's all it says. It's that this entire thing here is 180 degrees. And we actually did one like this in the first video from 1.4. QS bisects PQT, meaning those are the same. TQR is 136. Go ahead and label that. And since we don't know what these are, we're going to call them X. And that means that all of them, because those are opposite rays, makes it a straight angle, so it's 180 degrees. So you start solving, doing the same steps you've been doing. I'm going to subtract 136 from both sides, and I get 44. I divide by 2, and I get 22. Now, it asks for the measure of SQT. We already have that because we called that X, so measure of angle SQT is 22 degrees. You don't want to put degrees on the X, you want to put degrees on an angle measure. Alright, example 3. We got opposite rays again, basically the same picture, so the same things can be implied. TQS, this little angle right here, is 4x plus 6, and TQP, this entire angle here, is 9x plus 4. So, a little bit of a different approach now. We know this one's 4x plus 6, so we can assume that this one here, that's a terrible arrow, let me redraw it. This one right here is also 4x plus 6. So the two small angles add up to the big angle. I'm going to take two of them, one for each one. I'm going to set that equal to the 9x plus 4, which is the entire angle, the TQP. So, combine like terms. 8x plus 12 equals 9x plus 4. I got to bring 8x over to this side. So I get x. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. I got x is 8. Remember, reread. It says angle PQS is what we're looking for. So PQS, one of the small angles. 4x plus 6. 4 times 8 is 48. No, it's not. It's 32. Add those together and we get 38 degrees. So, measure of angle PQS is 38 degrees. Now, remember, always double check your work in a calculator. Make sure you're doing the right numbers. It'd be a shame to multiply incorrectly and get the wrong answer. Alright, example 4, let's draw an angle, QRS, RQS. Alright, and let's go ahead and label it. We have R up here, got Q in the middle, S down here. Now we need to draw angle bisector QT. Let's put that back. We're going to approximate what looks like the middle, alright, and try and get it as close as possible. We may not, that's okay. And we got to call that T because angle bisector QT. So these are congruent. SQT, the bottom angle here is 7x minus 2. TQR is 6x plus 5. Well, to find x, what do I know about these? I've got this mark right here that says they're congruent. Congruent means equal. So I'm going to take them, I'm going to set them equal to each other. I'm going to start solving, subtract the 6x from both sides. Add 2. X is 7. Now it says, let's go back, let's find angle RQT. So that top angle, angle RQT, is 6x plus 5. So plug in x. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 5 gets us 47 degrees. Example 5, our last example for this video. We know that BD bisects EBC. Well, that tells me this is congruent to this. DBE, right here is x squared, and DBC is 2x plus 24. So I need to find this angle over here. So that's right now irrelevant to what we're doing. First step, my goal is to find x. After I find x, I got to find these angle measures. Okay? Since it's an angle bisector, I know that those are equal. Let's get a thinner line. It's a little easier to write. Okay. I'm going to move everything over to the x squared. Remember, anytime you see an x squared, you want to move the 2x over. You want to move the 24 over. You want to get it equal to 0. My goal in doing that is now it's factorable. X goes in the front of each one. I'm looking for two numbers that add to -2 that multiply to -24. So, two numbers that add to -2 that multiply to -4. Think about it for a minute. You should get -6 and +4. Remember, double check. -6 times 4, that's good. -6 plus 4 is -2. So when we set both of these equal to 0, we get two answers. We get x equals 6 and x equals -4. I want to double check each one to make sure it works. If I plug 6 in, I'm going to plug that in green. 6 times 6 is 36. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 24, 36. So that one checks out. Now in blue, let's check -4. -4 squared is 16. If I plug in -4 here, 2 times -4 is -8, plus 24 is also 16. So in fact, we get two answers for x. Alright, so let's come back to those two answers in a minute. What we have right now, we have this angle right here that is making a straight angle with angle ABE, which is what we ultimately need to find. We need to find ABE in the end. Let me get some color on this so we can see it. Angle ABE is over here. Alright. ABC are on a straight line, which means whatever's over here and whatever's over here add up to 180. So let's go back to green. Let's say, for instance, I don't know what ABE is right now. I know that the two 36s plus the angle ABE add up to 180. When I go to solve that, I'm going to subtract 36 and 36 from 180. I get x is 108. Oops. I get x is 108 degrees. Let's try it with the blue ones. Let's switch to blue. I know that 16 plus that new x equals 180. So I'm going to subtract 16 twice from 180. And in this case, I get 148. So I get two answers, 108 degrees for angle ABE, or 148 degrees. Now, both of them work. That's okay. Take your time going through this, re-watch this procedure. You have to be able to factor. We have to be able to do this step over here. We have to get to our two answers, and we have to be understanding of how to plug that back in. All right? I'd be more than happy to talk with you about how to get these two answers and how to go through the entire process if you need help on that.